Hello everyone, hi. Here is my old set of tarot cards. I thought I'd do a little demonstration, a short demonstration. Now, I don't usually use them anymore whilst I am producing a consultation for a customer, because I rely largely on my intuitive mind, what I see, what I feel, my interpretation of it. But I still pick out cards for myself, and occasionally I will also use them for a customer as well. Now, every reader will have their own interpretation of their own cards. So it isn't a one size fits all. So I'm going to shuffle now. I'm bearing in mind a customer that I've provided a consultation for this week. So as I'm shuffling, I'm going to be focusing on her. Now, her mind was going at 1,000,000 miles an hour. She was trying to plan this, plan that. She was looking ahead. She was trying to cover bases that, far into the future that she hadn't even reached yet. And so, we did the consultation, but I thought it'll be interesting. So I'm going to think of her. Give me a minute while I shuffle. This is how I do it. When the cards stick, which they have done there, I stop. Excuse my throat. And now I'm going to spread them out, and I'm going to let my finger go across. I'm going to select 5 cards. Card 1. Bring these forward a bit. I'm not used to videoing in this way, to be honest with you. So there we go. I'll come back to this in a 1. Ooh, 2. Wanted that one. 3. 4. This one. 5. Okay, so I'm going to put these to one side. Pull these forward now. You can see how worn they are, can't you? First card from the Major Arcana, the Strength card, number 8. Second card, another number 8, this time from the Major Arcana, the 8 of Swords, Conflict. Now, not all tarot decks have a word on the Minor Arcana cards, but these do. Third card, again from the Major Arcana, Tower of Destruction. Fourth card from the Minor Arcana, the 10 of Wands, word on the card, Oppression. And the 5th card from the Minor Arcana is the Prince of Swords, and the word on the card is Action. So now looking at this card and thinking about this lady, picking bits off here. Okay, so the number 8, Strength. So, she's a stalwart, isn't she? She's been strong enough to come up with these ideas and to deal with issues in her life and to get herself this far. However, she's also in conflict with herself, because in her inner world, she's trying to map everything out. She's trying to sort of pin it down, label it, box it off. And she's not leaving any room, or she's kind of hoping to avoid anything that's unexpected, any challenges that could come along. And yet at the same time, she's also worrying that things won't go the way that she wants them. So you can see that cycle of thinking. Now, all of this is going on in her head, in her inner world, but it will show to the outer world, because there will be sometimes she'll be running around and she'll be fretting over things, and she'll be, meeting herself coming back, as they say. The Tower of Destruction is kind of a scary looking card, isn't it? But really, it means, the old tower crumbles. Maybe the old plans have to change. Maybe we have to adapt, but we can take the old bricks and rebuild a stronger tower. Now, the 10 of Wands, the word on the card is oppression. And remember, these are my interpretations of my cards. Everybody else other readers will have their own interpretations of their own cards. But you see the number 10, it's behind bars, isn't it? And the word on the card is oppression. Now the bars are burning away. So the way I look at it is this, is that the things that there are challenges for her to face. Okay, there are going to be things for her to understand, things for her to do along the way. But the bars of oppression will be burning away. So bit by bit, she will feel more free. Bit by bit, she will see things that she's working on unfold. And then we have the Prince of Swords, action. And she will be able to take proper action then. And it's interesting it being a prince, because this person has quite a childlike energy, not childish, that's very different, a childlike energy. Big expectations, big enthusiasm, but at the same time tripping herself up because she's scattering herself so far and wide. But she'll be able to take action. And so when you look at it, we've got conflict, we've got the Tower of Destruction, we've got oppression. You know, if you were just reading the pictures on the cards, you would go, oh my God, this is terrible. This is awful. We start with strength, we end with action. But it's not really like that. The way in which I work is I'm always kind of tapping into the customer's inner world, because that's where the current reality lies, regardless of what they're projecting to the outer world, and also regardless of what they're telling themselves, because we all do this. We all have a story that we tell ourselves. And so we know that this lady is strong. And when I say strong, I don't mean Facebook strong. That's the term I give. You know, when you see these posts, oh, we women cry our tears behind closed doors. You only know her pain when you look in her eyes. That's, to me, that's not strength. That's drama. So I'm not talking about that kind of strength. And I'm not talking about their being proud to have survived. Because, you know, of course, you know, if we've survived some pretty horrible things in life, then, you know, really horrible things, and we've got every right to be proud of ourselves. But it can become a bit of a negative if we tell ourselves, I'm a survivor, because it's a defensive response. Do you understand what I'm saying? Some people will disagree. So when I'm talking about strength, I'm talking here about determination, about being able to face things. And even if at first they seem tough, looking for sorting it out, breaking it down, you know, sorting the wheat from the chaff. And conflict, well, we have two number 8s here. And the way I look at it as well is the two circles of the 8, they will represent our mental and physical and practical self, and the other one is our emotional, spiritual, creative self. So both sides are going to be needed for this lady to fulfill the dreams and plans that she has. But she will argue with herself, and of course there will be some challenges. And the 8 represents hard work to be done. And, you know, with the Tower of Destruction, my feeling is she'll change her mind about some of her plans, and some of her plans will change on their own, and that's fine. I always say today was built upon yesterday, tomorrow will be built upon today. And so the power for change only lies in today. So we keep one eye on the current time and we keep one eye on the future. And there will be times when she's frustrated, when she feels that she can't get anywhere, that she's juggling plates in life, which she will be doing, because let's face it, life is busy. But the problems, the unnecessary problems or the challenges will end up fading away, melting away, if she continues to reassess and redefine. And then she can see more clearly where she can take action. Now, what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to split the deck once. And this is a lovely card, I think. I love this card because the 9 represents change, rebirth, growth. And you can see there are 9 stepping stones going across the horizon to her, so the horizon of her own future. So it's towards change, but she's prudence. It's taking it step by step. And the 9 then will say that it's a journey, it's a process. You know, we have a tendency to become overwhelmed because we look at the whole picture of something that we want to achieve, or all the things we want to achieve, and we want to achieve them now. We want to achieve them yesterday. We become overwhelmed and then we become downhearted. But I know in my life, you know, certain goals I've reached, they've taken a lot of steps, and sometimes those steps have not been the steps that I imagined they would be. So yes, I know we all like black and white answers. I know we all want, a tick list, but life on planet Earth doesn't operate that way. So overall, this is a very interesting and productive spread. It's going to be up to her whether she keeps on redefining, reassessing every now and then, having what I call a board meeting with herself and reassess where she's at and recognize at certain stages in her life that, she's going to be more free in this way or less free in that way. This person is also trying to plan into all of her practical and career goals, having a pregnancy as well. And so you can see that she's going to be juggling plates. So, but she can do it, but she's going to have to do it in a measured way, step by step, and not worry about several years down the line how she's going to cope with this, how she's going to manage that. And so one last split, and what we have is 3 of Cups joy. So I do believe that she is likely to conceive a child. Well, most people who are intending to conceive a child will. Not all. It's not easy for some poor people, but so you could say, well, that's a given. But my feeling here with this card is that maybe the most important thing she'll achieve in her mind overall will be family. And I'm not saying that's wrong at all. So while her material and career goals are very important to her as an individual, and quite rightly so, her biggest joy will come from producing her family, developing her family. So if we reach for 10 stars and we manage to get hold of 3 or 4, I think we're doing pretty well. If we only reach for 1 star, we might end up with nothing. So there you go. Interesting? Yeah. Okay. Take care.